it's fine because Spider-Verse is here.
This is true. As you're
This-
watching this,
Yeah. As this is coming out, I'm like 8 hours away from going to watch it.
Mm.
I cannot wait. So we're gonna be doing our last of the Spider-Verse character profiles this week,
nice.
and I've saved an absolute corker.
Oh, exciting.
This character has got a smaller character profile than you could do on them because of the history and lore around this character.
Okay.
But there is only so much we can fit in without it getting monologue-y.
I get you.
So today we're going to be discussing Benjamin Riley, aka the Scarlet Spider. First appearance made in July 75 in Amazing Spider-Man 149. Now, a lot of people will know the Scarlet Spider because he's been in a lot of the various Spider-Man games over the year. He's got a very iconic outfit, like the all-red outfit with like the blue cut-off hoodie with like the spray paint spider. One of my favourite Spider-Man looks.
Mm-hmm.
But what a lot of people don't realise, who aren't avid comic book fans, is that Ben Reilly is a genetic clone of Peter Parker. And he's also from Earth 616. And he was created by Miles Warren, aka the Jackal. So he was created in 1975 and appeared to die in his first appearance. So he was created to be an evil version of Spider-Man that was going to ruin Spider-Man's reputation, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So after his apparent death, Peter believed he was dead. He fled New York and took on the name of Ben in honor of his uncle Ben, and Riley in honor of May's maiden name. Because he was a genetic clone, he had all of Peter's memories, everything.
Mm-hmm.
After many years of doing odd jobs and helping out by using his spider powers across the country, he came back to New York after learning that Aunt May was seriously ill. After Peter and him overcame their distrust and lack of comfort with one another, because it's quite distressing to just see a clone of yourself, they ended up becoming friends and even worked as co-workers, with Ben taking on the mantle of Scarlet Spider and giving New York an additional protector.
Nice.
However, soon after that, it was discovered that Ben was in fact the original and Peter was the clone. And after their fight all them years ago, they had been swapped. Yes. So this is what is largely known as the Clone Saga. And while it has shaped a lot of Spider-Man lore, the Clone Saga is not well loved and it is quite hated. Because a lot of it, as far as I know, was handled via retcons. So instead of it being written with that intention, it was different writers every 5 or 10 years going, oh, but wait, there's more. And everyone was going, this is so diluted and confusing and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, why did you keep going back to it?
Yes. So this is all just a drop in the pond of the infamous Clone Saga, which also included more clones.
Oh.
It included false murder charges against Peter, who was actually Ben, but Peter would, as Ben, go to prison for Ben, who was Peter. You can see why it wasn't well liked.
Yeah.
And as recently as 2022, Ben has suffered a form of amnesia, which, as a result, he now hates Peter because he feels like Peter has stolen his memories and is refusing to give him access to his memories, which has made him evil, and he now operates as Chasm. During his time away, after the initial incident, he met Janine, who was... Let me make sure I get this right. He met her, they fell in love, then he found out that she was actually a serial killer, but she had killed her family, who had been incestually abusing her for her entire life.
Okay.
Yes. For a long time, they kind of helped each other to be better people. Then when he became Chasm, she became Hallow Eve.
Right.
Yeah, very kind of Joker Hobgoblin, but a bit more pumpkiny kind of
Mm,
style. And they're villains at the minute. Ben Riley is actually quite a beloved character in spite of people's feeling towards the Clone Saga.
okay.
And him as the Scarlet Spider is something I'd actually like them to bring back. There was also a time where actual Peter
Mm,
and Mary Jane got married and left New York,
okay.
and Ben stayed in New York as the one and only Spider-Man.
Right.
That was when he had a slightly different suit. So yeah, there's been lots of shenanigans.
Mm,
I wouldn't be wholly surprised if at some point some genius thinks it'd be a good idea to say, "Oh no, it was actually the inverse of what you thought the entire time," to make it even more
yeah.
wacky and wild. Um, but the really, really exciting news is he's going to be voiced by Andy Samberg
Mm,
in
which
across
is
the Spider Verse,
yeah. Which is
which has me so excited.
he's
Um,
gonna be
I
great.
also I also didn't realize the three main variants of a Peter Parker Spider Man
Mm.
that are in Across the Spider Verse are voiced by Jewish actors, and Spider
Huh.
Man, as well as a lot of, I think it's technically Bronze Age superheroes,
Mm.
are heavily Jewish coded.
Huh.
Um, so your Superman, your Spider Man, and a lot of others, even though they're never explicitly stated to be Jewish, are heavily Jewish coded through the way they're written and the people are writing their stories.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Jewish community is very excited that a lot of the main versions of Peter Parker are being voiced by Jewish actors,
It's
which is
pretty cool.
very, very cool. It's a
It is.
nice W for diversity and getting the right actors for the right jobs.
This is true.
But we're not going to end the weirdness with clones.
Oh no.